Recording in progress.
Hi everyone. Mindfulness is about choosing how we respond to life. Sometimes things upset us, schoolwork, friends, or even arguments. But here's the truth, life is too short to argue. So when you feel like an argument is pulling you in, try this simple phrase, life is too, life is too short to argue. Just say Pikachu and move on. It may sound silly, but that's the magic. It makes you smile, it breaks the tension, and it reminds you that your peace of mind is more valuable than winning an argument. So, as we go through today's session, let's remember you have the power to let go of small problems, to stay calm, and to focus on what really matters. Being kind, being strong, and being present. Before we start today's session, I would like to give a brief summary of last week's program. At the beginning of the session, Swami Nohanse spoke to us about being mindful and shared the quote, "Life is too short to argue. Just say Pikachu and move on." Then we practiced mindful walking and mindful sitting for about 10 minutes, followed by reading and discussing our reports with the group. Finally, we ended the session with a small mindful maths activity, which was led by Samanthi Aunty and concluded the program. Now, I would respectfully invite Dhamma Oshada Thero to start the program. Avasarai Swami Nuhansa.
Hello everyone, Teruan Saranai. Thank you for the introduction, Tenuka. Let's see. How many participants do we have today? It looks like our usual crowd. I see the usual suspects. Very happy to be with you again. Also, if you're able to turn on your video, please do so. I think it gives us a feeling of togetherness, some community. If you just like to turn on your video, please go ahead. Anyways, we meet once again for the mindfulness sitting and walking and discussion. What is our topic for today? Wonderful. Our topic is procrastination. Have any of you heard of this word, procrastination? It's kind of a big word. Procrastination. And one who procrastinates is called a procrastinator. Are you a procrastinator? Well, we will find out today. So let me just give a brief explanation of procrastination. To procrastinate, so every time I say that word, don't think it's a very big word. It simply means to put something, usually something important that you're supposed to do, you put it aside and you say, I will do it later. I will do it later. We do this all the time. Even adults do this. Everyone does this. For example, when you put something aside, you say you will do it later, probably because you're feeling maybe that you're tired, or maybe you feel like you're not ready to do it. Maybe you feel that something is too difficult for you. And so you say, let me put it aside and I will do it later. Or sometimes there is something more exciting that you need to do. So that other thing you say, let me put it aside, I will do it later. But this other thing usually is very important. Let's take, for example, homework. Do you people get homework on a daily basis? When I was in school, we got homework every day of the week. Do you guys get homework like daily? Just you can just shake your head or nod. Oh, this some of you are very lucky. Oh my gosh. When I was in school, we got homework every day. And the following day, first thing in the morning, the teacher would check and correct the homework. So, homework was always number one on your to do list. So, if you guys don't get homework on a daily basis, I just think you're extremely lucky. But, anyways, at one point or another, we will get some homework, we will get some assignment. And sometimes we don't feel like even touching or starting an assignment because we feel like maybe it's boring or maybe it's too difficult. It takes a lot of energy, mental energy to do it. So you put it aside and say, let me go and play first, or let me watch some cartoons. Let me watch some funny YouTube videos. Let me play some video games first because I know what is waiting for me, something that is very hard. Or sometimes you can put aside cleaning your room or doing your work at home, like household chores, your duties at home. You put them aside for so long that someone becomes upset with you. Someone says, hey, you're lazy, young man. You're lazy, young woman. You should do your work on time. You should clean this. You should take out the trash. You should wipe that. You should make sure something's locked. You should make sure something is put away. All these things that we do at home. It's very important that we always attend to our duties on time. Because when we procrastinate, when we put things aside, we it's just going to wait for us. We are going to have to do it anyway at some point. And so you see this this way of thinking that you should train yourself that I will do what needs to be done right now. I will do what needs to be done when it needs to be done and just get it over with and finish it. To me, it sounds something very similar to what we always practice here when we meet. And that thing is called mindfulness. When we are mindful, we are doing what is there right now, in this moment, right? We always say that we are in the present when we are mindful. So, for example, when we are sitting, our attention is on the breath. And when our attention is on the breath, we are sure that we are doing or we are observing something that is happening right now, not in the future and not in the past, just right now in this moment as it is happening. And so you will find that the more you train yourself to become mindful, the less and less you become a procrastinator. That means someone who is always putting things aside. Someone who is always putting his or her duties aside. Oh, I will do them later because of this, because of that. When we train ourselves to always be mindful, we see the importance of doing that thing which needs to be done now, right now. Also, for example, when we are doing walking meditation, our attention is on the feet, right? So when we step and we feel whatever we feel on the soles of our feet, texture, temperature, hardness or softness, when our attention is knowing that thing that we are feeling, we are sure that we are only doing that thing. So when you know that you're stepping on a soft surface, Your mind is not remembering things in the past, or it's not planning things in the future, or it's not afraid of anything, or it's not excited about anything. It is not envious of something. It is not anxious of something. Your mind is just with what is happening at that time. We are being true to ourselves and we are observing what is happening in our own nature with our own body at that very moment. And so we cannot say that we are procrastinating. Our mind is not in the future, our mind is not in the past. We are just in the present, observing clearly what is happening. Right? And so when we think about this word procrastinate again, let me just remind us what it means. Perhaps it may not be familiar to many of you. To procrastinate means to put something aside, to postpone, to put off so that you can do it later. And again, we said this thing that we want to do later, but is very important, it is always something that we have some feelings towards. We always have some feelings towards it. Last week, we discussed about feelings and we saw how they can lead us to argue with people. Now, when you procrastinate, when you say, I will do that thing later, it means you have developed some kind of feeling about that thing and you don't like it. It does not feel very pleasant. Otherwise, if it was okay, if it was pleasant, then you could have done it right away. But because these feelings arise in us, we always feel like it is unpleasant. And also, like we discussed last week, the things that we find to be unpleasant, we always want to get rid of them. And not only that, we don't want them to arise or to come to us again. So we avoid them forever, forever. But then again, we also concluded that feelings are just natural things. It is very normal to feel feelings. It is normal to feel bad. It is normal to feel good. But what we are sure about is that whatever feeling it is, it just comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. So, for example, if you feel like maybe some kind of homework is too difficult for you, but then you still have to do it, right? So you just push yourself and you do it and you finish. Doesn't matter the result, whether you will, get 100% or 50%. What's important is that you have done your homework. And then after you finish your homework, you think back to that time you were feeling unpleasantness towards your homework, and you realize, see, now I've just done it and I'm no longer feeling any pressure. Now I'm feeling free. I'm feeling relaxed. So why was I even worrying about it? Why was I putting it aside to do it later? And so when you do this again and again, and you apply this kind of thinking to everything that you're doing in your life, you slowly start to see that really there is no need to procrastinate. There's no need to put things aside. If I have to brush my shoes right now, that's my duty. I just have to brush them. Even if I say I'll take a 1 hour nap and then brush my shoes, it makes no difference whether now or later. You will just have to do it, right? And if you look at this image on our screen, it's, I don't know whether you get this, but it's supposed to be funny. It says Procrastinators Unite, and then there's two choices there. There's now or tomorrow. Now, whoever checked the box for tomorrow is obviously a procrastinator. Do you get the joke? Ha ha ha. Anyways, if we are mindful, we should always check the now box. Always check the now box. And so we should learn from being mindful that we are always doing what needs to be done right now. And if you're a beginner in this mindfulness, you may not really understand or appreciate the importance of being in the present moment. But when you do it again and again and again for a long time, it's not easy, but it's not impossible. Everybody does it, and so can you. If we always train ourselves to see that we are always in the present moment, when we are sitting and we are breathing in and breathing out, our attention is on the breath. At that time, when we are in the present moment, we start to feel happy. And it's a kind of a special happiness. It's not happiness of the feelings. It's a different kind of happiness. Everyone at some point comes to realize this. It's a happiness that you cannot even describe in words, because your mind is free of worry or anxiety or even excitement, over excitement, or anger. You're not upset about anything. Your mind is just paying attention to what is happening right at that moment. So we should continue to train ourselves in mindfulness, and with time, we will begin to appreciate that whenever I am with my breath, or whenever I am having my attention on what I am feeling when I am walking, or whenever I am having attention on what I am seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching with my body, if we begin to appreciate that, then we will start to be happy always, all the time. No magic, no miracle. It's just this simple power of mindfulness. Right. So I have a question for you guys. I want you to think about something that you usually put off, something that when you have to do it, you always feel like, you know what? I think I will do it later because because of this reason or that reason. Maybe I have something that feels nice I want to do right now, or something that is easier I have to do right now, or maybe I just want to kick my feet up, go like that and relax. I'll do it later. Just take a few seconds and think about something that you usually um, have to put off. And I will also tell you one thing that I usually put off myself. So 5 seconds. Okay, anyone? Yes. Please feel free to unmute and tell us.
So I want to answer like usually I get like this from school. I have to do all these past papers. So like what I do is like it's close to procrastination. It's basically like where I just do a part of the paper, but then I feel like having a break, and after having the break and when I have to go to the paper again, I just have 5 minutes checks and like keep on going like that. So at the end of the day, I'm not able to finish the paper.
Ah, all right, all right. That's a great example. Next, we have Laviru. Please unmute and let us know.
Homework. Sometimes when I have like several homeworks, I usually go for the easy ones and then take a rest and watch something sometimes and then do the other ones.
Mm, mm. Quite similar to our first one. Pasat, you have your hand up. Tell us, what do you like to put off so that you can do it later?
Prasad, you can unmute.
Since I'm in grade 6, I have a lot of homework. So I do the easy ones and leave out the hard ones. And then when the night comes, I only do the hard ones.
Ah, right. So it seems that we have. Oh, we have another hand here. Yes, please unmute and tell us.
Jayawardhan.
Like I go to English class, they give us a lot of homework. I do sometimes half of it and I get bored. And I do some work and then go to it again.
Ah, yes, yes. Thank you for that contribution. We see that we have this common theme across the board. It's always something to do with homework. And uh, Jayawardana just told us that they usually feel something about it, and that is why they do it later. They said that they feel bored. So this boredom, it's a feeling that we usually don't like. So we want to put it aside for later. And like with everyone else who has told us about what they procrastinate, it's usually always something to do with a feeling which we do not like. We feel maybe it's difficult or it's hard, but at the end of the day, it looks like all of you are on the right track because what's important is to start. Always start. When you start, there is all possibility to become motivated. You get some energy which builds up over time, and this is what we call motivation. With time, we are just able to go through whatever it is that we think is difficult or we think is boring, or even with our mindfulness, sitting and walking. If we just do the first thing, which is to put our attention somewhere, then even in the next moment, we will be encouraged to do it again and again and again. And this way, our mindful grows more and stronger and stronger. Before we move on to our next segment, which is mindful walking, my procrastination, and I'm not, this is 100% true. I usually forget to eat. Very strange, right? Who forgets to eat? Well, that is because I like to read stuff. I like to read things. And sometimes I I know it's time to go and eat, but I don't even want to think about it because I'm always so engrossed in what I am reading. So I don't even think about eating no matter how hungry I am because it's important to eat, no? It's very important to eat. We eat, we become strong, and we can do anything. But I always put it aside. Sometimes I even miss breakfast altogether, but really it's not a big deal. It's important to eat, but I don't know why. This is just how I usually feel. This food we eat all the time. Just put it aside for now. Yeah, so that is my habit as a procrastinator. Okay, anyways, we should move on. It looks like it's time for mindful walking. Now, as usual, we will be having our attention on the soles of our feet. And we just pay attention to whatever we feel at that moment that we are stepping right or stepping left on a flat surface, somewhere you can walk back and forth. And remember, we will be recording our experience in our mindful journal, our journal of mindfulness. So just remember that whatever happens, Even if your mind starts wandering, your attention is not where it is supposed to be, just always try to bring it back. And don't try too much. Just always be relaxed. If you see that your mind has gone somewhere else or your attention has gone somewhere else, once you know that it has gone somewhere else, it will just come back to where it is supposed to be on its own, right? So let us begin our mindful walking. And when the bell goes, let us return to our seats. Okay, let's go. All right, everyone, let's return to our seats and move on to mindful sitting. You can just shake off the mindful walking for a little bit so that you're relaxed. Yeah, relax your body. As usual, we are putting our attention on our breathing, the way we breathe in and the way we breathe out. The aim or the goal is to keep our attention to the breath without letting it wander here and there. However, when it does, because this is just the nature of the mind, it takes our attention somewhere else. When we notice that our mind or our attention is somewhere else, we bring it back to whichever breath is there, whether it is the in breath or the out breath. And remember what we talked about today. We should not procrastinate. That means whatever needs to be done now, we should do it now, and then we are just finished with it, and we don't have to worry about it again. So when we are when we are breathing in, we know we have our attention on the breathing in and nothing else. When we are breathing out, we should understand that right now, the real or the true thing that is happening is the breathing out. So we should have our attention there. And so, just like this, moment after moment, breath after breath, let us try to keep our attention on the breath, the in breath and the out breath. All right, let's do sitting mindfully. And when the bell goes, we can begin writing our reports. All right, everyone. Now we may pull out our report books, our journals, and record our sitting, walking and sitting mindfulness. Remember to tell us whether you could first put your attention on the object of our attention for walking and for sitting, and whether you were able to keep it there. And if your attention was going somewhere else, were you able to bring it back to the object of your attention? Please let us know this in your report. Maybe one paragraph for walking mindfully, another paragraph for sitting mindfulness. And then when you're ready, you can raise your Zoom hand and you can share your report with us. It doesn't have to be very complicated. Just what you are experiencing during mindful walking and mindful sitting, so anyone can write the report. Just one paragraph for each. Tell us what you experienced. Were you mindful? Were you distracted? All right. All right, I think we can go ahead with sharing our reports. If you're still writing, please feel free to finish as we start with the reports. So who is first on our list?
Harini, you can unmute.
Mindful work. I felt that my hands were touching each other. I felt a little sleepy, but I did not fall asleep. Mindful sitting. My hair was touching my face and it distracted me, but I stayed mindful. Thank you.
Yes, very good, Harini. Your mindfulness was on your hands touching when you're walking, and you also said you felt sleepy when walking. Yeah. So, you know, what is important is that you know what is happening. You know what is happening at the very present moment. As long as you know what is happening, then you are mindful. Even when you feel sleepy and you know that you feel sleepy, then that sleepiness will not overpower you. It will not defeat you because you are not thinking, oh, I am sleepy. Maybe if I fall asleep, I will feel better. No, you're not thinking those things because your attention is on the sleepiness itself. You're feeling sleepy, or your attention is on the touching of the hands. You can feel that your hands are touching. That is very good mindfulness. Keep up with that practice of mindful walking and mindful sitting. Keep it up. Who's next on our list?
Pasat, you can unmute.
Mindful walking. When I was doing mindful walking, I was very calm. I felt my leg change weight as I went up and down the stairs. I felt the softness of the rug and the hardness of the tiles. I was very calm and mindful, but until I got distracted because I felt the eraser falling down. But I quickly got mindful again, and when the bell rang, I returned to my seat.
Thank you, Pasat. Another good example of being mindful. When you're feeling calm, you know that you're feeling calm. And when you're feeling the floor under your feet, beneath your feet, if it is hard or soft or smooth or rough or cold or warm, you just know that is what you're feeling. Your attention is right there. You are always in the moment. So your mind is not thinking about other things, so that even when a thought comes into the mind, you know that a thought has come into the mind because you are paying attention. So keep it up. Every day you can do mindful walking and mindful sitting, and your mindfulness will keep growing. Let's move to the next report.
Next, Sanghita can unmute.
Mindful walking. When I was doing mindful walking, I felt my steps. I counted my steps. I walked about 140 steps. I felt the ground was cold and rough. I got distracted by a thought, but I kept my attention to the mindful walking. And after some time, I got distracted again, but I kept my attention to the mindful walking again, and I got mindful again. And when the bell rang, I sat on my chair, mindful sitting. When I was doing mindful sitting, I heard the birds chirping. I was calm and peaceful until I got distracted again. But I kept my attention to the mindful sitting and the breathing and the inhaling and exhaling. And when the bell rang, I opened my eyes. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanhita. I'd like to point out something that you said, that even between your mindful walking and mindful sitting, you were still being mindful, and you told us that in your report, that when the bell rang, you went and you sat. So that means you were being mindful. Even outside mindful walking and mindful sitting, you just carry on with the mindfulness and you know what is happening. Like right now, I can see your hand is on your face. If you're mindful, you should know that whatever I am feeling on my face is this and this. My hand is warm, or maybe my hand is cold. Just always be mindful. Or if you're listening to my voice, you can know that I am hearing. I am hearing. And then your attention may go back to your seating, and you can feel how your chair makes you feel, or whatever feelings it gives you. Is it soft? Is it hard? Is there any temperature? When your attention is on these things and your mind is knowing something, then you're always sure your mind is not wandering. You're in the present moment. So keep up with mindful walking and mindful sitting, and your attention and your mindfulness will keep growing like that. Very good. Let's move to the next report.
Iran, you can unmute.
For mindful walking, I walk slowly, feeling each step on the ground. The air touched my face, and I noticed everything around me. My body and mind felt calm and connected. Mindful sitting, I sat still and focused on my breathing. My body felt relaxed and steady. I just stayed present and calm.
All right, great, Aaron. And when you were sitting, were you able to at least bring your attention to your in breath and your out breath? Is this
Well,
something
yeah,
that you're able to do?
for like over 90% of it, I could do it. I was
Ah,
very I lost my concentration maybe 5 or 6 times in it.
I see, 90%. Very good. And when you realize that your mind is wandering, do you have to make any effort to bring it back to the breath, or it just comes back
Well,
on its
I
own?
actually so basically I just ignored it, and then it's like it just went like through my head and it went away.
Your attention?
Yeah.
I see. And how about when you are walking? Do
Well,
you
when I was
feel the
walking,
texture of the surface on which you're walking, or the
uh
temperature?
not really because I was walking on a carpet, so but occasionally when I stepped into the wood I could feel it.
You could feel what?
Like the gaps between the floor.
And then when you walked on the carpet, what did you notice anything about the carpet?
The ground was very soft.
It's very soft. How about temperature? Did it have any temperature or no?
Oh, I think it was underfloor heating, so like it was a bit warm-ish. No, I don't think it was underfloor heating. It felt kind of cold actually, but the wood was cold. The carpet was normal.
Okay, great. So next time you can tell us, you can put all those in very short sentences. You can add those to your reports, and then you can share with everyone. And then we can also see that, Aaron is also experiencing these things. These are the things that you should always include in your mindful report, okay? These are very important for us to share amongst ourselves. All right, very good. Let's move to the next report.
Next, Jayavardhana can unmute.
Mindful sitting. When I was walking, I put my right leg front. Then I put my left leg front. I did it all over again, as meanwhile I had a thought. My exam, then I felt really, really scared and really scared. Then I heard the birds again, and then it was really distracted, and just because of that, I got bumped on a creeper called money plant. Then I took a deep breath. Then I got a little bit much more better. Then I got another one. Then I got mindful. Then when I heard the bell, I returned back to my seat.
All right. And do you have any report for mindful sitting?
Uh,
No? No. All right. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Uh,
I took a
usually
I took a little bit long time to write the report of mindful walking.
walking. Right. All right. It doesn't matter. That's fine. So usually we would try to write mindful sitting and mindful walking report as well, even if it is just 2 or 3 sentences that describe how you the experiences you had, what you were feeling, or if you are able to put your attention on your body when you're sitting, how you're feeling the texture of your seat, if it is warm or cold, and other things, just anything that you feel. It
Is
doesn't
it
need
all,
to be, yeah.
is it all I tell right now?
Um, yes, you can write it, and if you will not have a chance to share with us, that's fine. You can just keep it in your journal. Because do you have a journal where you always write your reports?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good. So you can just go ahead and write it, and you can keep it for yourself, and you can read the journal. And after some time, I mean, we are keeping a journal so that we can see our progress. So just write it in your report, and even if you will not get a chance to share it, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Anyhow, you told us that you were able to know which leg is moving one after the other, and you felt that you were distracted. But when you know that you are distracted, don't go into thinking that, oh, I am distracted. Just knowing that you're distracted itself is still being mindful. So always keep your mind right there, and your mindfulness will keep growing. So good work, Jayawardena. And now we can move on to the next report.
Thank you.
Next, Laviru Kenami.
Thank you. Mindful walking. I felt there were soft and rough places in the carpet floor. When I walked, I felt almost my whole my whole feet touches the floor. I um I felt the one part which doesn't touch the floor properly is the edge of the middle part of my feet. I felt some thoughts came too, but I changed my mindfulness to the feet. I felt that most of the time I dragged my feet, probably because my body was very relaxed. I I felt that my heel touched the floor first and my tip of the toes touched the floor last. I felt how my muscles worked to help my legs move. I felt that my hands touched each other and I felt the roughness of my bottom. I felt comfortable when I turned to the right side in the narrow space, but I let my body turn automatically. Then it chose to turn to the left side the most. I felt when I turned, I used my heel and swirled a little sometimes. I felt that due to the narrow space, my body parts touched some objects. I also felt cold from my hands and feet since they were open. I heard the bell echo at the end. Mindful sitting. I felt that thoughts were there, and when I felt that properly, my mindfulness switched to the breath. I felt I was breathing lightly. I felt that the breath I exhaled touched the upper lip. I felt the air I breathed touch the edge of my nostrils. I felt my hands touching each other, um, and my elbows and legs were were touching the chair. I felt that my head moved back and forth sometimes, but when I felt it, I straightened my head. I felt that some itchy sensations came and went, but when I itched it, it felt burning a little and then comfortable. After some time, I heard a sound which helped me realize I was in a thought. After that, I kept my mindfulness in the breath. I felt that my neck was feeling uncomfortable, so I fixed it. While I did that, I heard some bones cracking from my back. I felt that tears were gathering in my eyes, so I wiped them. Then I kept on observing what happens to me with my mindfulness. Then I heard the bell kind of suddenly and then heard the sharp pitch sound. End of the report summary.
Thank you, Laviru. You felt your entire foot was on the floor except some parts. You know which parts were stepping on the floor first and which was stepping on the floor last. You were able to return your attention to your object of mindfulness. You could feel comfort. You could feel temperatures. When your body was coming in contact with other objects, you could also know that. You could feel sensations and all these different things you are feeling from moment to moment. That's a very good example of being in the present moment. And if you always do that, then you'll find that you have less and less need to procrastinate, to put things aside, because you are doing what is supposed to be done in the very same moment. And then something also I noticed you said is that when you were sitting, you heard some kind of sound and it reminded you to become mindful. So that means perhaps you were unmindful, but when you heard that sound, you became mindful. Now, I'd just like to say something here. It seems that you became mindful that you were unmindful. I hope that's not very confusing. You were unmindful, and then when you heard the sound, it reminded you to be mindful. Now, this being mindful of your unmindfulness, I hope you can understand that this is also being mindful. It is also a kind of knowing. So it doesn't matter whether you are distracted. If you know that you are distracted, then you're still being mindful. If you always know this, then you'll always understand what mindfulness is. And it doesn't matter whatever situation you're in, mindfulness or unmindfulness, paying attention or not paying attention, so long as you know that you are paying attention or not paying attention, then you are mindful. So this is something that I just like to say to everyone, to always understand that being mindful is not just knowing, it is also knowing that you're not knowing something else. Now I'll stop there just in case it's too confusing. But anyways, good mindfulness, keep up with the practice. And let's move on to our final report, I believe. Yeah.
Shall I sign on? Mindful walking. First I saw that the floor was cold and many dust particles were present. I saw that many dust particles were sticking onto my foot. Most of them felt the same, but when some dust particles stood out, like something big. I just started worrying only on that dust particle. After some time, I felt like that dust particle wasn't there anymore. And when I looked at it, it was still there. Even though I didn't feel that dust particle anymore, I just had this thought, not feeling, of my mind telling me to see whether it was still there. When I was mindfully walking, and when I came to a halt, I saw that I was doing many things unknowingly to stop me from leaning forwards. First, to stop, I saw my foot being placed further away to the front, to the front, to the front. At that instance, I saw my toes and my leg muscles tensing up. My toes were pushing down towards the ground. My leg muscles were kind of getting stiff, as if it were to bear some weight. I also saw my ankle tensing up, and I saw my core also trying to keep my upper body straight because it hurt a little. At that moment, after all of that, when I turned, I just felt a little gush of wind just brush my face. And I thought that it was the wind that was coming with me when I was walking. Mindful sitting. First, I felt that the seat was cold and the hard. First, I felt the hardness of the seat, and I felt that the seat was cold. I heard sounds like birds chirping, the fan running, people talking, cars going, and more. Today, in mindful sitting, it felt like I mostly did mindful thinking, where I got a thought, the kind of thought where you don't feel like letting go until you have resolved it. When I started looking at my breath, I saw it slowing down, and it also made me look at my heartbeat. When it came to the end, I saw myself getting sleepy, where I felt my face muscles getting relaxed. It kind of felt like all my muscles were going to neutral mode when I was sleepy, even though I was seated. This happened only when I was getting sleepy. Thank you.
All right, Tenuka, great details. We see that you just keep knowing what is happening from moment to moment, from minute to minute, breath to breath. And the thoughts, they just keep coming. We can see that you're paying attention to the contents of the thoughts. However, with time, always try to withdraw yourself from those thoughts. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to keep thinking about that dust when you are doing walking meditation. It is good that you know that you are thinking about them and just let it stop there. Don't jump into details about, oh, I'm worried about this dust, or I need to clean this, or what, or this, or that. Just knowing that you're thinking about the dust, that is enough. And we see that you are able to do that with other things, your bodily postures, your walking posture, how you are feeling in your legs, your abdomen, and you could hear sounds. In this same way, you just know these things as something that is happening in that moment. In that way, you are bringing yourself back to the present moment. But as soon as you find that you are thinking about details of something, then you are moving away from the present moment a little. And then it will take you a little bit of effort to come back. So just keep practicing like this. Just know what is happening. You're on the right track. It sounds very good. Morning and evening, or throughout the day when you're doing other tasks, always keep knowing, being mindful, being in the present moment. And for everyone, we will stop procrastinating and do what needs to be done at the very moment that it is essential to do it. Okay? So great report, Tenuka, and everyone else. Thank you very much for sharing. I would like for us to move on to the next portion of our meeting today, which is mindful activity.
Yes, Finance, and today's mindful activity will be carried on by Samanthi Auntie. So, yeah, Samanthi Auntie. So I would now like to invite Samanthi Auntie to start with the mindful activity.
All right, and in that case, I will just watch from the sidelines. I will excuse myself, and we will. You shall carry on with the mindful activity. Thank you very much, Tirwan Saranai.
Tirwan Saranai. Hope that you can hear me. Can you hear me, Tuka?
Yes, Samanthi Auntie.
Because I was having a problem of the speakers. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, thank you. Avasarai Bhanti. I wish that everyone is practicing mindfulness now at home when you are studying, when you do some work, when you are playing. Even you can practice mindfulness. Then now, as we have a very special topic today, let's see the procrastination can be defeated by mindfulness. So then, give me a second to share something. Right. So I think you can see the screen. Procrastination can be similarized to someone. Let's see, we can do that today, okay? And so for the activity, you need a paper and drawing instrument. Maybe a pencil, crayons. If you have even the color pencils are okay. Then have you ever found difficulties when you, yes, someone is raising hand, anything to ask? Yes, Jayawardana.
Is it okay if we use colored papers?
Yes, if you have a space to draw something, that's okay. Okay? Yeah. Good. Right. Then I was asking whether you have felt some difficulties of completing some task without planning. Usually when we plan some work, it should go like this, isn't it? Then it should go step by step to come to the end of that and to complete and to make it success. But have you ever done the work like this? I have experience, of course. Then this kind of time you are waiting until the due date. Then this red color arrow is the due date. Maybe you all have such experience and panicking at the last moment, isn't it? Panicking, such panicking, such a weird mind. Maybe you have also experienced than me as well, right? Because I have seen some children, they keep the work aside and they go to washroom sometimes, they eat something, feel hungry while the work is done. And sometimes they need to listen to music and they need to speak to someone else or disturb someone else, right? because they can't be tied in one thing. They can't keep attention in one thing for a long time. Right? But when you practice mindfulness, you defeat it. You are able to focus in one thing for a needed time duration. No problem of it. But those who don't know about mindfulness, they don't follow this kind of way. They follow this kind of way and find difficulties. Okay, then let's see what we are going to do. Um, let's have the paper. And if you have a pencil, I will stop sharing. Okay, we are going to convert our feeling of procrastination, that to make it delay or to do it later. Okay, we are sitting for the most comfortable time to do some work. Okay, now we are going to convert that into a monster. You know who is a monster? Kind of maybe a rascal shaped one, maybe a funny one. Okay, or any kind of monster. Here, remember, we are not searching for our artistic skills. We are not searching for art skills, but just to convert your idea of procrastinating. The best time to start, okay? That feeling should be converted into a monster now. Then do it in your own way. You may draw any scary one or kind of one who has been scared to someone else. Okay, whatever, you can decide yourself. Yeah. Then you can draw your own one, your own monster, maybe a sea serpent, maybe a kind of one who is flying in the sky, maybe someone who is living under the ground, whatever. Just imagine about your own procrastination monster. Okay, then draw a monster. Even to be funny face is okay. Let's see. Now you can decide what's the animal shape or human shape, anything, right? Whatever comes to my mind, I just draw, right? I don't plan children. I didn't think of even. What comes to my mind, I draw it. You can draw your own monster. We may have about 5 minutes time to finish it. Don't worry that if you are not an artist or if you are not learning art, don't worry. You all have some ability to draw something. Also, you can color. So we are converting our procrastination mind into a monster. It's a weird idea, I know that. But let's see what we can do with it. I got an idea. You also may have some funny ideas to add into that. Okay? You can add some funny ideas to it. Make your monster a funny monster. Even if it is a scary, I will show you what I'm going to do. After everyone finish it, okay, I think everyone is drawing something. Don't worry about your drawing abilities, children. I'm converting my procrastination to a monster, a funny one. And also, you may find some weak points of it. Okay, your monster is a weaker one. Therefore, sometimes it's defeated. Okay, because of that weak point. Then find some weak point of your monster. What's the weak point of it? Maybe it looks like very strong, but it has a very significant weak point. Okay? You find what is that weak point. I have only 3 colors. I have to manage with it. You may have many colors with you. You can use colors. Right? Another 2-3 minutes are sufficient. As I ask you, please try to add some weak point to your monster. If you can't show it in the picture, just keep it in your mind. This is the weak point of my monster. Okay? And try to give a name, the best name of it. Give a name to it. Okay, my monster is getting ready to meet you. What's the name of it? Did you find a good name? Can anyone say? Have you finished? Let's see whether you have finished. Passat. Passat. Wow! Nice, colored. Okay, good. Well done. How about the others?
Samantha Auntie Jayavardhan has been raising her hand.
Anyone else? Tenolidu. Yeah. Very
Is
good.
it okay if we color? Is it okay if we color it from
Jayavardhana.
crayons?
I can't hear you.
Is it okay if we color it from crayons
Okay.
or color pencils?
Anything, any color,
No, no.
anything.
Do we have to color it with colored pencils or chalk?
Anything. You can use anything. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you,
But
Samantha.
okay, I didn't hear you before. Anyone else finished? Oh, nice. Good, Tenukaputa. Yeah. Okay, thank you, thank you. Let's see now. You have named them, right? Have you named your monster of procrastination? I name it as Prom. Okay. Its name, my one's name is Prom. Did you see my ones? Okay, now shall we come to share it? Let's share that. You all can show that. Okay, maybe you are finishing a half of the way, no problem. Let's come to the showcase. Now I have shown my one. Okay, very nice. Laviru, yes, thank you. Tenuli, thank you. Okay, Pasat, thank you. Now, can anyone say, do you have any weak points you found in your monster? Any weak point have you found? Yes, Pasatputa.
We can defeat him by being mindful.
Okay, it's not mindful, right? See, unmindfulness. You have found unmindfulness as a weak point. Very good. Okay, another one. Huh?
My monster's name is Blobby.
Oh, good. You gave a nice name. Okay. Then anyone else? Could you find any weak point? Yes, Tenulidu. You can unmute.
My monster's name is Mopsy.
Mopsy, Then what's the weak point? Did you understand about it?
Yeah, he's very ugly.
It's what? I didn't get it.
It's very ugly.
Ugly. Ugly is an appearance, isn't it? So it's, is it a weak point though? Then we can say the appearance of us was not taken by us. Okay? Weak point is a kind of less ability. Maybe the quality is less in something. That's what the weak point. Okay, the appearance is not a weak point of anyone. Okay, so say I'm ugly, then I can't change it. Okay, that's my appearance, what I have brought with my birth. But if I try to improve my qualities, okay, so we all can do that. Say your monster doesn't want to try for that. So it doesn't try to make it weak points to a good positive way. So find out such weak point of it. That's what we want. Can anyone else try? Okay, Tenolidu, you can try again. Just think what kind
It's very dangerous, but
dangerous. It's making others scary. Okay, that's a weak point of someone. Because if someone is thinking, I can make others scared on me, so it's a weak point. Right? Okay, good. It's a weak point. If someone is thinking, I can make others scared on me, so I'm the superpower one, so then it's a weak point. Right? Anyone else can share? Okay, then I ask you a question. Now just look at my drawing. It also has a big weak point, but he has not identified. What is it? Can anyone see? Is it clear?
Yeah,
Yes?
it's clear.
Okay, put that. Tell. What did you see in that? Of course,
Being
I didn't plan it. I just got it in my mind. Yes, tell.
being scared of a little thing that you can overcome.
Oh,
That
very good. Thank you so much. Did others notice that? It's tied into something. What is it? Sanhita Puta, did you see that? What is it? Yeah. Harinidu, what is it? It's a mushroom, isn't it? A small mushroom, you know that mushroom can be broken by any simple things even, okay? It's a very simple matter. But this big monster is scared on it. It's tied. Did you see it's tied into that? It feels like its hand is broken even, see? It feels like his hand is broken and he doesn't want to overcome this small, tiny matter. That's the weak point of my monster. It doesn't know it has a power, isn't it? So we are also the same. We have big powers, right? Especially mindfulness is a big power, right? You don't understand that now as a child, as a kid, you may not understand what's the power of mindfulness, but it's a really great power we all have, and we all got it from the birth, right? Okay, good. Harinidhu, yeah, it's a funny one. Right? You see, by 5 minutes, you made a nice picture. I like if you all can send these pictures. Okay, thank you. You all can send these pictures to Niranja auntie. She will collect all of those and make a kind of showcase to everyone. Okay, please send her the picture what you drew. Maybe it's ugly, right? To your view, it's ugly, but don't worry, it's so nice. It's really nice. That comes in your mind, your heart, okay? To make it a funnier one you tried. Okay, so we appreciate that a small attempt. Now you all know why did we do this today? Why all we did that? We needed to say procrastination can be defeated. Even it looks like a big monster, sometimes we feel like, oh no, we can't do that. But still, we can do it. Okay, so be mindful. Just find every time to enjoy what you all are doing. That's what I do. Whatever the hard work, there is something we can be happy with it. I have found many things like that. As I shared before, especially big children here, when you have to write theses or assignments, okay, remember, don't wait until this due date. Okay, do like this. Make it a step-by-step success. So then your work will be very helpful. And you may get some new ideas also, because when you're waiting for the last moment, your new ideas are vanished. You can't apply any new ideas. But when you start, when you have time, you have enough time to make it creative. You can do the best. Okay, any ideas?
My
Any-
one is really funny, but looks very silly and ugly.
Very nice. We love it. The name of it, please.
It's Lucy.
Lucy. Okay, Lucy the lazy. Huh? The procrastination might come with our laziness, right? So when people are lazy, when they don't understand that time is so valuable. Each breath is valuable. You know, this moment, thousands of people are dying at this moment. If you search for the uh, population about the world, this moment people are dying, but we are breathing. See, we can breathe. It's so wonderful, isn't it?
Yes.
So wonderful. Yeah, we can breathe, we can live, we are living. So be happy about that. Then happy to meet you all.
I drew the name on it. Lucy.
Oh, good. Thank you. I need you all to send the picture to Niranja auntie, please. Okay. So let's make,
Yes.
Puta, you can create a kind of flyer-like thing by gathering all pictures. I think, yeah, someone will make. Okay, then activities done. Hope you enjoyed. Yes, Sanita Puta, you had to say something.
Yes, my monster's name is Brian.
Ah, Brian, kind of a scary name, right?
And
How is it? Can you show
I
it?
have a nickname.
Huh?
It is called the four-headed and the four.
It looks like I can't see that properly. You just keep at your face, in front of your face. Oh, good. It's so colorful one. Huh? It's so colorful. Very good. Very nice. Okay, now you saw that even in such a weird idea, you can make a fun. Beautiful. Yes. Okay, then thank you very much for giving me the time and opportunity and waiting for that. That's up to you now. Over to you, Buddha. Think,
Most Honorable Dhammoshala Swami Nuhansa. As we are at the end of the program, I would like to give a brief summary of today's session. As usual, we started the session with a small story about mindfulness. Then we did mindful walking and mindful sitting and read and discussed our reports with the group. I'd also like to thank Samanthi Auntie for joining us in a fun drawing mindful activity, helping us create our monster, which is weak. Finally, I am taking this opportunity to thank respectfully our most venerable Dhammoshala Thero on behalf of all our mindful friends who have joined today's session and for giving us this valuable experience about mindfulness. Have a mindful week. Teruvan Sanna you all.
Thank you, everyone.
I have a mindful week, everyone. Send the pictures.